Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Ultra League and we got a different team to run with. Today we're going to be trying out the Poliwrath team paired with the Alolan Sandslash with the Alolan Muk. We got the Giratina to face off first. They are doing some good neutral damage. Try to catch a move right here. Let's see if we do catch the move. Only the Shadow Sneak. It does tank some neutral damage right there. Our opponent does switch into their Poliwrath eventually, and they are just able to counter us down. We did get off a drill run, so at least we did some neutral damage back. Here, we know that we can tank this move. We're going to let it go. We go for the Scold here to do as much damage as possible. This Scold gets it into the red. We're trying to farm it down at this point. Then our opponent here does throw another move, ends up being another Icy Wind that allows our Poliwrath to stay alive. Then we're going to switch out immediately. Our opponent here stays in a little bit and then switches into the Feraligatr. This Feraligatr here is going to do most of his damage with the charge move. So we're going to shield this charge move. And then we're going to try to get to a move. Okay, our opponent here does throw right when we get to our next move here. We're going to go for this Acid Spray because we need to either get a shield or get this low enough. And we do get the shield and we are able to farm it down. So here we go. We got the end game incoming. We have the Giratina versus this Muk here. We're going to throw this Dark Pulse to get this last shield or get the big damage. Our opponent here is able to throw another Dragon Claw rather fast. And then we're going to try our best. Oh, our opportunity to catch right there evaporates, and then our opponent is going to probably tank this easily. Yeah, they're gonna need to get hit with another Icy Wind, and that is going to be GG's for us. Unfortunately, we couldn't catch that last move. Otherwise, maybe we would have had a chance, considering the Muk probably would have done more damage than the Icy Wind from the Poliwrath. All right, next game, we got the Clefable Terrible Leaf. Got to switch out into the Muk, and then they switch out into the Scizor. Ultra League Scizor is interesting. We are able to throw the Dark Pulse to do some good neutral damage. They are tanking that quite easily. They go for an Scizor, good neutral damage for them. I'm going to go for another Dark Pulse here to either get the KO or going to get this shield. So the Muk did get at least a shield out of that situation. And then we have a pretty easy decision. We're going to come in with our Poliwrath. This Poliwrath here can tank any move from this Scizor here. So we're going to be able to at least farm down and then end the game and have the end game with 2 shields. Okay, we have a great situation here. We have the Sandslash versus the Giratina. So they were double weak to this Sandslash in the back. Our opponent here is going to just chip away with their fast moves here. We are able to take out that Giratina, and then our opponent ends up quitting because we know that we can outpace them, and we still have the Poliwrath. Poliwrath would not be taking super effective moves until the charge moves. The Fairy Winds would add up, but not as fast as the charge moves damage. All right, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Poliwrath versus the Guzzlord. Okay, kind of a neutral matchup here. We're doing super effective fast move, forcing them to switch out into the Tapu Fini. We have this Muk that is able to do super effective fast moves, so we're just going to one shield, and then we're going to build up a little bit and throw our Acid Spray. This Acid Spray basically guarantees that we win the switch because there's no moves at this energy level that's going to take us out. And then we're going to farm them down. We are going to be able to throw a move. These are all resisted. This Dark Pulse here resisted. And then we're going to try to get to an Acid Spray right here. Okay, we do get to the Acid Spray, which is nice. It does some debuff, but little damage. This threatens the Poliwrath to come in to farm down. So we're going to allow the first one to go through. Let's see if they end up switching out. Nope. They're going to just keep on throwing some energy here. So we're going to end up in the end game with some energy with our Poliwrath. Let's see what they bring in. Oh, interesting. They have the Armor Mewtwo. Armor Mewtwo here is going to get double debuffed. So that's going to allow our last Pokemon to have a better chance. So we at least get it into the low green before we dip out. Here we know that we can just shield comfortably right here. They're going to have to get to at least one more Dynamic Punch. But because they're double debuff, I don't even think a double debuff Dynamic Punch non-stab will take out this Sandslash. Let's find out here. Dynamic goes through. We are able to survive it, and that is GG's right there. So double debuffing the Armor Mewtwo down the stretch ended up being the key. So that Poliwrath with the combination of that Sandslash running the Shadow Claw fast move was able to clean up the game for us nicely. All right, let's see what we find next here. We got the Poliwrath versus the Dragonite. All right, we're going to have to get out of this situation, go into our Muk. Our opponent does switch into the Greedent, so kind of a neutral matchup here. They go for the Body Slams. They are going to be able to throw a ton of Body Slams though, so we either got to get a shield out of this situation or try to get a lot of energy somehow with the Poliwrath later. But you can see right here, they're going to be able to spam these Body Slams really quickly. We are able to get to this Dark Pulse here to get this into the low red, so that this Poliwrath can potentially farm down. All right, we get the farm down, and we know that they're going to come. Okay, they're going to come in with their Tapu Fini, and then we force them to switch out into their Dragonite. This Dragonite versus this Sandslash here is not a great matchup for them. We have to shield right there in case it's the superpower. They did get the bait off, but you can see just as fast as they got to their move, we already threatened their last shield. Here we're going to shield it. Ends up being the superpower, so that was a great shield by us. Try to extra farm here before they get to their next move. We take out the Dragonite, and then we have energy left over to throw this Drill Run right back at this Sandslash. We're going to switch out here because we know that we can tank a Nature's Madness. We do get debuffed, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to throw this Scald here and hope that we can outpace them. We are chunking away at them. Okay, we force them to use some energy here. This is going to be a serve to take us out because we were debuffed. Now it's a race. Can we get the damage? Yes, we can. So GG's to our opponent. The Shadow Claw Sandslash ended up coming in clutch right here, closing the game for us, basically taking out the Tapu Fini and the Dragonite. All right, we got a great matchup here, expecting them to switch out. They go into their Ampharos, so kind of a neutral matchup here. We throw the Ice Punch bait. They don't fall for it, so nice play by them. They did farm up a lot of energy here, so we're just going to throw up a shield, and we do shield the correct Focus Blast, so that is huge for us. Huge for us because now we're going to be able to take them out and force them to come back in with their Obstagoon. This Obstagoon here is going to be able to farm us down. We're going to part ways with a Drill Run. We're going to be able to come in with our Poliwrath. They switch out immediately into the Crobat. This Crobat versus the Muk here is going to be a little bit complicated because they're going to be constantly trying to debuff us. At least we can resist all of their charge moves, and now we're just going to threaten shields. So one shield goes down. We're trying to race to another shield here. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Do we shield here or do we let it go? We actually tanked the Poison Fang quite nicely. A little lag right there, but we are able to reach to this Dark Pulse. This is going to get the shield or the KO. And then we got the end game right here. We know that we can dominate the Obstagoon, so we're going to have to shield here. Even though it's a Poison Fang bait, that's fine. We're going to have to get rid of this Crobat immediately, and that's what the Ice Sea Wind does. Here we are hoping they don't have any Gunk Shot, so no Gunk Shot is revealed, and fortunately for us, able to reach to another Icy Wind to take out this Obstagoon. So GG's to our opponent right there, able to win that game with the combination of the Poliwrath. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.